Hello, I'm Zikrimlet. I'm from Indonesia and my favorite character from Genshin are Lini and Lynette. I feel lucky because as a top ranker from the group stage, I get more safety before getting eliminated in this local stage. But I also expect that this offline stage will be more difficult than the group stage. I feel lucky because as a top ranker from the group stage, I get more safety before getting eliminated in this local stage. But I also expect that this offline stage will be more difficult than the group stage. It does help because I get a lot less nervous compared to the first times I play offline. But with the fast-paced updates in Genius Invocation TCG, the experience and the cards and knowledge of the meta decks at the time probably won't help much. If I ever make it to the finals, the player I'm hoping to face the most is Inzaghi because I've known him the longest out of all the other players, and we've also met at the previous Prince Cup and is also the champion there, so I want to take it this time. I started Genius Invocation TCG right when the update came out in Genshin. At the time, I wasn't playing any other card game, so it came at the right time. And for the new players, my advice is to understand more about the cards and mechanics first before worrying about the strongest deck at the time.
Hi, I'm CJ Azizi and currently studying Melbourne, Australia. I'm glad to have a chance to play President Cup this year. For me, the most impressive game is Game 3 against Dew. In that game, I played the trader on the wrong character and lose game because of it. After that, this failure alerts me to think more and faster before I doing any action. I still remember that game. First of all, I believe my lineup is good, and it brings me a lot of good matchup and makes my life easier. And secondly, in that game, I luckily draw the lift to me and act on time, which helps me to get the victory. For this patch, personally, I will introduce the Bennett deck, especially like a Bennett, Herd, and the Electro Cube. I think this deck is very easy to play, and the game plan is very linear, which is suitable for the new players in this game. My personal advice is that enjoy the game, enjoy the competition, and don't care too much about the result, like win or lose.
My name is Venti. I am a representation of Vietnam. My favorite character is Venti. So in this tournament, my only expectation is to win against Inzaghi in the first match because Inzaghi is the Prince Cup champions last year and he's a very strong opponent. And he also went undefeated in the lower bracket of the regular season, so I know that the match against him will be very challenging. After that, I don't have any plan yet because I'm not imagining myself winning. Talking about last year Prince Cup, I haven't known much people here, but I knew about Inzaghi and Z Crimlet because they were the top 4 participants in the last year. So in the version 4.7, one of my favorite deck was Double Dragon because not only it is a free deck, it also has Nuvolette, which is one of my favorite characters, and it is also a good counters to the popular deck back then, which was Conwell. There was some people who use it really well to beat Conwell, like Z Crimlet himself. So if you are new to TCG, one of the deck I'm going to recommend you is the deck Mona Eula Wanderer, because that is the first deck you can learn the basic principle of the game, like the reactions, what actions you can do with Wanderer, either to skill or to normal attack to win the game. I think it's one of the basic deck, so you can learn much more complicated deck in the futures like whale deck or some magic deck.
Hi, I'm Indragi. I'm from Indonesia and my favorite character is Kazuha. The group stage was particularly tough for me. I lost the first best of 3 and I went to the lowest bracket right away. So to qualify, I had to win 4 best of 3s in a row, and 3 of those were on the same day, back to back to back. So it was really tiring, but I was very proud of myself. So after my first loss against 8, I reviewed my games, and like every other Genius Invocation TCG player, I told myself that I got unlucky. So what I did was, the community knows me for having a sloth plushie that I bring to every live tournament for good luck. So I took my sloth and I gave him a last name. So I called him Sloth Lumen. So at the beginning of every other game, I would take my plushie and pray, and I was blessed with Lumen Stones in my starting hand every game. With every live tournament I go to, my goal was always to make it to the live tournament. So once I'm here, I'll just do my best and enjoy myself. There's not really a particular player I want to face. Being in the lower bracket, if I'm going to win, I'm going to have to basically face every other player.